pretty cool drum set, but it's going to be leaving me soon because the person that owns it, it's a Ludwig. They're all Ludwig shells. This is mine. Some of it's mine, but I got the maple hoop snare. I'm using his snare as a tom. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. But this whole vlog, here's my notes. This vlog here is going to be about Satanism. Satanism is kind of a scare word. Satan is a scare word. But I'm going to explore this with a philosopher's outlook. Okay? Let me tell you what. I got a lot of vlogs before this that have where I'm pacing. I'm pacing like this, back and forth in crazy eights. I'm a pilot. I was trained in aeronautics. I got a pilot's license, so sometimes I'll do some crazy eights or chandelles. Either one of the two. I love to do those maneuvers. But anyway, this is a Satanism vlog. And Satanism, you know what? Satanism is a natural reaction against mental conditioning on human populations. I'm getting pretty technical here, but it is technical. So stay with me. Okay. The first person or group, organization that promoted the idea of Satanism was the Vatican. And the Vatican came into prominence from Constantine. If you've ever been in church, sometimes you recite the Creed of Nicene, the Nicene Creed. And that was because Constantine convened a conference back in the day. I believe it was... I'm not going to say right now because I'm not certain. But the Council of Nicene was convened by Constantine and said, we have this thing called the Bible, right? And we're going to decide what Bible that all the clergy reads. That's their whole basis. Okay, you're a clergy. You're going to be a minister someday and you're a kid. The first thing you see is the Holy Bible. You know who published the Holy Bible? Emperor Constantine of Rome. And when he did that, he wanted to consolidate power and start off a slave training ethos and put it right in. And he did this from Christian conditioning. Okay, God and the Bible. Okay, Constantine, what he did is he changed the order of the books and he omitted a lot of books, like the book of Enoch, which is the most important book of the Apocrypha. Apocrypha is another scare where it says, oh, it isn't accepted among us flawed humans. Okay. Our whole doctrine says that we're flawed, but we're going to let you make the decision. Yeah, that's the truth. And you don't need to read the book of Enoch. It's apocryphal. Who's to say it was even real? Well, there it is in print. Whatever. God and the Bible. See, what Constantine was after is he wants to make God analogous to him. He wants to... I'm going to alter the Bible to make it look like God is pretty much just like me. And he did that. And Constantine's just on Gaia. God with a big G is everywhere. So he assumed the mantle of God. He just assumed it. Anyway, the thing about it is Satanism. There's God and Satan. Well, this is analogous to the old Sumerian folklore of Enlil and Enki. The proto-god, Anu, brought his two sons, the elder and the next son, Enlil and Enki, to Gaia, this planet we're on. And Enki, later on the Greeks called him Prometheus. He's the one, the scientist, the person that said, no, I don't think that humans should be just your plaything to run a real world diorama, to run a simulation on. But it's real. They're real people. You've created people and they're real, and they're going to feel real pain and real suffering on your little game that you're playing. And that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Deep in my heart, that's wrong. And that's why I side with the younger brother, Enki, which became Prometheus. And later on, the Christians decided, let's make him a jinn, which the Arab people, the nomads in the desert, live a hard life and do well. And they do. And they had a jinn, which was just like ash and husks and leash in the desert somewhere. The Christians decided, let's make this analogous with Satan. And the jinns are bad people, The jinn is someone who's died in the desert and made a deal with nefarious spirits to continue on in consciousness but lose their vitality as a human, but being able to trick other humans into being just like them in kind of a pyramid scheme, right? So that's Satan. And they made Satan and Prometheus and Enki analogous, which is wrong. I think there's jinns out there. I think there's demons. I think there's nefarious spirits that only want to hurt you. And they give Prometheus that kind of name. They give Enki that kind of name. That's kind of wrong in my book. So Satanists out there, you know what? You should become Gnostics. Because one thing there about it is that Christianity got stolen from the Gnostics. And the Gnostics, the Greek philosophers like Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, they like the Gnostics. And they kind of originated in North Africa, Ethiopia. There's a church in Ethiopia that's carved out of solid rock. What kind of dedication does that hold? Those people did that with their own free will. There was no slaves there. They were infused with good spirit to do that. To be a human being. Let's carve this church out of solid rock. For gnosis, for knowledge. So I urge all Satanists out there, you know what? Satanism is a natural reaction against conditioning on human populations by the Vatican and Constantine. You know what? Instead of just adopting Christianity and throwing them on its ear, imagine that the whole Christian doctrine at Constantine is corrupted to begin with. And you should go back to the fundamentals on what Constantine founded his corrupted philosophy on, which is Gnosticism, which is knowledge. And that there's a demiurge out there, and you may be a flawed human, but you can create a simulation that's perfect and use that to gain your salvation.
Isn't that a better term to use? This is AugustusLarch.
I'm speaking to you about religion and philosophy and giving you a new aspect on your thinking. Thank you for watching YouTube.